An urgent new warning from America's top military officer, Joint Chiefs Chair General Martin Dempsey, saying the U.S. threat to withdrawal of all troops from Afghanistan may encourage the enemy. And that's not all. He warned some Afghan forces may even cooperate with the Taliban. Senator Kelly Ayotte is on the Armed Services and Homeland Security Committee. She joins us. Good evening, Senator.
Good evening.
And the general's warning, how your thoughts about it?
I think it's a very real warning for him to issue. And here's the issue. Really, Karzai needs to get the message because he's been behaving badly. Here you have a situation where they have not signed on to the bilateral security agreement. We obviously need those protections for our troops. That's a very big issue.
He'll be out in a month, though, wouldn't he, in the election? So we go to.
So I think the message is really going to the presidential candidates, all of whom have said they'll support the bilateral security agreement. But
news out of Arizona, your thought about the veto by Governor Jan Brewer?
I think Governor Brewer did the right thing. So this was something that obviously she looked at carefully. A lot of people weighed in. But she did the right thing.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to what we were originally talking about, the story with Afghanistan and the fact that we're pulling out and the warning by General Dempsey.
Well, I think the real issue is that we have Karzai leaving. They have a new election, and signing this bilateral security agreement is critical. And if they do not sign it, we have it on the table, then obviously those protections aren't in place for our troops. And it is real warning if we were to withdraw from Afghanistan, huge consequences.
Aren't we? Isn't that what the plan is? I mean, right now, President Obama there's no bilateral signed agreement. At the end of the year, the troops go out, and as I see it, the Taliban moves right in.
Well, I think, Greta, what we need to avoid is, I agree with the president that our troops need the legal protections. And the new president of Afghanistan, they have these elections, have to sign on to that right away. But the one thing we want to avoid is what the president did with Iraq. And we've seen what has unraveled in Iraq. At this time, the president we get them to sign the bilateral security agreement with the new president of Afghanistan. And then the president has to listen to General Dunford, his commander, with sufficient troops there to ensure the security of that country. Why? Why does it matter? Because it matters in terms of it not being a launching pad for al-Qaeda again, but also you've got we can't have a failed state next to Pakistan with all the nuclear weapons that they have.
All that hinges on the fact that the new president comes in at April, wants to deal with us, wants to sign that agreement, and the new president coming in right now sees the writing on the wall. I would expect he would rather maybe think he'd better deal with the Taliban, though it's going to stay. And I'll give you the last 30 seconds.
Well, I'll say this. I think that the new president needs to understand that we are committed. We want them to sign the bilateral security agreement. I think the president was trying to threaten Karzai to try to get that agreement signed sooner. But what we can't do is have a rerun of Iraq. And the president made serious mistakes there. Those can't be repeated with regard to Afghanistan.
Senator, thank you. Sorry to interrupt you. The breaking news out of Arizona, which, of course, the Governor Jan Brewer has vetoed that bill that's been everyone's been talking about all week long. Senator, thank you.
It's good to be on with you.